What's up, YouTube? I'm doing an update video. Today, the reason I'm doing an update video is because I got a new fish. I got a Flame Angel. It's an absolutely gorgeous dwarf angelfish. And it's considered a dwarf because it doesn't get huge like some of the saltwater angelfish. You only get about 4 inches fully grown. It's actually pretty close to that size now. You can see it's pooping. It's brand new. I just put it in the tank about an hour ago. I gotta take a better look at it, but unfortunately, I may have seen some ick on it. I'll look at it a little better. I might have spotted a few spots, and I've dealt with ick and successfully cured it on my freshwater fish many times, but never had it on saltwater, so it'll be a little different and more of a challenge. And I'm not sure how ick medicine is gonna interfere or mess with the corals at all. I'll go over that in a bit. Plus, I got a canister down there, and it's got carbon in there, so it's gonna be a pain in the ass to take it apart and get the carbon out. So I really don't want to do that. But hopefully it doesn't have ick. But if it does, I have to treat it. I'm not gonna risk losing such a beautiful and pretty expensive fish. So here's my setup. It's only about a month old, actually less than that, I believe. The water level's kind of low. I took some out. I was acclimating the fish in there. But here's my setup. I got a 165 watt LED Willis light. Very simple. It's got the white and the blue. Both the colors are all the way up right now. I turned it up for the video. It's actually too bright for some of the corals I got in here. And I've had this light on too long. I turned it on at 9 a.m. It's midnight, and you can see my corals are actually closing up, like this Aiken. It's usually a big, bright, beautiful orange. It's shriveled up and brown. It's getting too much light to start polyps aren't looking good. This one got some sand brushed on it. Hammer's closing. And these two don't really do too much, but yeah, they definitely want the light off. And this guy got bleached. I had him for about a year in a tank with way too little light. Wasn't even getting close to the amount of light it needed. And it was alive though, and it was just not really growing at all. Barely grew. I put it in here. I knew what I was doing was kind of dumb, but I did it anyways. And I put it near the top, and it looks like I bleached it, so it probably died. And then I got this guy right here. I'm not sure what it is, but it's really weird coral. But it's doing alright. Just kind of chilling there. I also got a little mushroom somewhere. Right there. It's kind of... It was getting too much current. I actually had to turn one of the wave makers off. I'm still balancing my corals. They've only been in here a little more than a week. So I'm still moving them around. With both wave makers on, it was just too much flow in here for anything other than SPS. None of my corals liked it. I turned one of them off. Although long term, I think I want 2 small ones on. I'm trying to change the direction of the flow, trying to get it to work just right where I can get a lot of surface agitation and keep the pH up, as well as a nice oxygen exchange in the water. But I don't want to blast some of these more sensitive corals that don't like the flow. And I'm also trying to get used to the lighting and figure out what works best and work on coral placement. Here's my Gorgonian 2. It's closed right now. The light's been on too long, and I've been changing it on and off, but it's usually open. And my oldest fish in here are the Bengai Cardinal. I had it in a 15-gallon for about a year. I just put it in here a couple weeks ago. I've had freshwater for about 15 years, but saltwater only about a year, a little more, about 13 months. And I learned a lot though in the 13 months. I got a fire shrimp. He's also about a year old. He's doing really good. I tried to introduce cleaner shrimp in here, but he murdered them. He's kind of hiding right now. You can only see his antennas right there. He's kind of hiding. He's in the caves. So those are my 2 oldest by far. This black and white chocolate domino clownfish is about 6 months old, I want to say, maybe 7. I kind of forgot. And then This Frostbite Premium, which I really love, is only about, I want to say, maybe 4 months old. Feels like longer, but I think it's only like 4 months. And the Royal Grandma, who was zipping in and out of the caves, he loves to zip in and out, is only about a month old. And then this yellow tang is, I don't remember if I got it 1 or 2 weeks ago. It has to be 2. It couldn't have been just last weekend, but I think it's exactly 2 weeks old. And then the Flame Angel I obviously got today. I think I already mentioned that. It's only been in here about 2 hours. And at first the yellow tang was just going after him because they're territorial. He was defending this cave, just kind of whipping him with the little spike on his tail. That's why they call him surgeon fish. And he was really putting a beating on him. I was kind of scared, but I did some research and people said it's just him letting the Flame Angel know that he's boss, he or she. And it'll go away. And they said it usually takes up to a couple of days, but it's been about an hour and a half. And if you look right now, this entire video since I've been filming, no aggression. They're kind of just following each other around. They almost look like buddies. Nobody's biting anybody. Nobody's trying to hit anybody. And the Flame Angel was here first, so I obviously knew that would be the dominant one. It's also a little bigger, but nothing too bad. I know the cave right there is kind of the spot that everybody wants, and the Flame Angel's going to have it. I mean, the yellow tang's going to have it because he's the biggest, and he's been here before the Flame Angel, and that's the only real competition for it. So, but if the Flame Angel looks stressed out, like it needs a cave too, I'll add a rock or rearrange it. But it's got some little caves up here it could zip in and out of for sure. So if it feels kind of scared, or while the yellow tang's out swimming about, maybe it'll share the cave. There's the Royal Grandma. It's kind of in the shadows, but it's beautiful purple and gold fish. But I try to get a variety of colors in here, and it's looking really nice. The Flame Angel and the yellow tang kind of contrast in a way, but I feel like I got a lot of color in here. I barely have any corals right now. These are all just from my 15 gallon. I haven't added any new. I'm going to be adding a lot more once I get everything balanced, but like I said, I'm still adjusting stuff to the light and flow. I've been moving them around every day. This one is not doing too good in here. It's getting too much light and flow. I think this one's doing great. Star Polyp I think is getting too much light. This one looks good. This one I think was getting too much light and flow. This one's alright. Xenia I think is getting too much light. And I think this one's alright. And then this one I'm pretty sure I killed because I put it near the top too fast instead of slowly raising it. But I'm glad that the Angel and Tang are getting along. I also got a Diamond Goby in here. I didn't mention that. He usually swims around, but I was turning the lights on and off, and it's about midnight right now, so I think he's inside the caves. I got real fine sand in here. I actually regret getting sand this fine because it blows around and it causes problems sometimes, but he's burrowed in the sand somewhere. And now I got a cleanup crew. I got a bunch of snails and crabs, but the snails keep dying. Also, I think they're having trouble moving on the sand because it's so fine. I think I messed up with that. That was a bad mistake. Because a lot of the smaller snails kind of seem like they don't move in the sand and they just die. But yeah. And I got a 304B Sunsun canister. It's good for up to 125 gallons. Some people even run it on like 250s. But I got it on this 56 gallon right here, so it should keep it clean, do a really good job. This power head's turned off because it was creating too much current and the corals didn't like it. I just got the small one on right now, and I bought another small one today. I'd like to just keep the 2 small ones on, but even that might be too much flow. I'll have to move corals around, maybe try to put them in spots where there's less flow, do stuff like that. And then I got a 300 watt heater in here, which I don't need one that powerful, but it does the trick. And hopefully the two right here get along. It looks like they'll be just fine. And hopefully the Flame Angel doesn't have ick. I think I mentioned that, but I thought I saw a few spots on him. And I've never dealt with ick in salt water, just fresh water. So it'll be a little difficult to treat in this tank. And I actually, at that point, I might consider removing him and putting him in a different tank. I'll see. But yeah, I hope he doesn't have ick, but it looked like he might have. So I'll see. And I think I pretty much covered everything. So it's a work in progress. I bought a background too for this tank. I didn't even put the background on yet. I got to do that. But eventually this tank's gonna have some anemones, some SPS, and tons of corals. It's gonna look beautiful, but it's gonna take months. You don't build a beautiful reef overnight. It's gonna take a long time. In terms of fish stocking, I'm pretty much full because the Tang and Flame Angel are gonna get bigger. Not so much the Flame Angel, it's pretty close to full size, but the yellow Tang's definitely got some growing to do. So I don't think it'll get too much bigger in here though. Both of them probably won't get that much bigger. But in terms of fish, maybe I'll add like one Antheus or something, but I don't know. I'm pretty full. I probably won't, but you never know. So it's a work in progress. It doesn't look great right now. It looks not good. I got salt all over the glass too. I haven't been worrying about that. I haven't been worrying about aesthetics, just keeping the fish healthy, building up the bacteria, because this tank's only a month old. So I kind of rushed it too. I did everything really fast. So it's a work in progress, but eventually it's going to look really nice. Slowly but surely, every week I want to make it look a little nicer. And eventually I'll get to my goal of having a beautiful tank with healthy fish. And all my other fish are doing really good. I don't remember if I made a video, but my Oscar's gotten a fight with the red terror, and I took the red terror out. The female red terror cichlid beat up pretty much all the fish in the tank. Well, not all of them. It didn't beat up the clown knife, but I think it was fighting with both Oscars. It almost killed the red one, and it beat up the grass cutter cats really bad, and I think it was chewing on the royal pleco, so I got her in a separate tote, and she's been there for over a week. So other than that, though, everything's really good with all my other tanks. I got 11 fish tanks. Most of them are pretty small though. This is my second biggest. And yeah, the Oscars and the catfish are all healing up nicely. I'm going to try reintroducing her again in a few days once everybody's all healed up. And if it doesn't work out, I'm probably just going to sell her. It's a shame because she's a beautiful fish. She's got beautiful colors just like this Flame Angel. If any of you know a lot about freshwater and saltwater, if you're familiar with the Feste cichlid or red terror. It looks pretty similar to a Flame Angel actually. A lot bigger and more aggressive though, but yeah, I don't want to get rid of her. She's got beautiful colors, but she's causing problems. So, but that pretty much wraps up my video. I'm going to be doing a lot more updates soon. I posted some fishing videos. I posted a lot, and they weren't the best quality, but I might post a few more. I got a few more. I try not to take too many, but mainly just for myself to watch, and I guess if anybody else wants it too. So yeah, that's my update on this tank. Here's the Flame Angel. Hopefully everything goes well. Thanks for watching. If you got any comments, leave them down below and I'll try to answer them. Peace out.